dares to waste 1 hour of time has not discovered the value of life.
So what's your name? Yullbrenna.
Hi, you schmucks!
Alright, hey everybody, Yullbrenna here with another Relic Arena gameplay video, and this time we're going to be playing Charles Darwin. Charles Darwin is very similar to Ice Frog in Ability Arena. You get choice of a banned relic at the start of the game, so you can see here I re-rolled, and I can choose between one of these three. So I'm going to go with Flamethrower. Very powerful spell, and I'll kind of explain the reasons for Flamethrower. And again, going through what Charles Darwin does, if you don't know, at the beginning of the game, a player will be given a choice of 3 banned relics with that reroll option, as you said, or as you saw, and then you're going to get 9 copies added to the pool for the remainder of the game, and it's going to be an additional 5th spell that you can put onto any one of your heroes. So, pretty good spell, and the reason I chose it this time is because of the banned pool. So the banned pool, Mirror of Archimedes wasn't in the game, which would be a big stopper. Of course, the helmet wasn't in the game as well. So it would be tough to do a Tommy Gun build without helmet. So I decided, since I got this, I didn't have helmet, and there's no Mirror of Archimedes, I can go a Tommy Gun build. So that's my reasoning for choosing the spell that I did. And Charles Darwin, I think, is a very tough leader to get into, and one of the reasons for that, I think, is what I'm doing at the moment right now, which is I chose an ultimate. So when you choose an ultimate relic, at least in Relic Arena, you are not going to get the copies of it added to the pool as it's stated in natural selection. You actually won't get them added to the pool until you are at the shop level 3. So it's a bit deceiving there. In this, it's not automatically added, and keep in mind it is added in Ability Arena and other games. So I think that's one form of improvement that Charles Darwin can get, is that people that choose an ultimate shouldn't be completely taken out by the fact that they can't get their spells until they go to shop level 3, because now I'm forced to at least get level 3 in the shop to access this, and of course I want to upgrade my leader as well. So a little bit of an issue there that I was focused on. You can see a lot of stuns interrupting my spells there. So I want to go with this Tommy Gun build, so naturally I'll grab a Ranger, and then I'll just get some frontline as well. And I want to get my spell into play at least a little bit, so I'm going to level up my leader to level 1 at least. So now I at least have 1 point in it for the time being. And of course I'm going to have to upgrade my shop to level 3 to have access to the spell again to level it up. So let's see how this Tommy Gun build works with Flamethrower. And immediately do a ton of damage there and turn it around. So you can see the build does work when I have it in there. So now I just need to focus on what other spells I want to combo with it, because if you kind of just pick a generic spell and don't have the right combination, then it's going to be very difficult, and it's just not going to feel like a powerful leader. So I want to buff up this Tommy Gun build, which I think combos well with Flamethrower. So let's see what I can do here. I've got a couple procs. Absolutely shred this guy. You can see with just 1 point Tommy Gun, 1 point Flamethrower, crushing it on the damage charts. And now we'll get up to the shop and get a chance to find my spell in the game. So you can see there's only here. So you can see now that I've added to the pool, I've upgraded my ultimate, so now my ultimate is going to be available. So let's see if we can find this. I do get stunned by the bowling ball, a little unfortunate. Tommy Gun goes off again, and we're looking good. So in the long term, I probably don't want the Divine Datum on to 2 different crit chances. So I'll probably take the Divine Datum and do more of a boots build with that. And potentially I do some attack speed with PED instead of Tommy Gun, if that shows up. So we'll see what happens. We'll see which way I want to go. Got to do a bit of a shuffling here. And I want more of a tanky option. So that's where I'm going with switching to a tank, just getting Viking Vanguard and an amulet, just to have a little bit more survivability. Some great hits there. And I want to add more copies to the relic pool, so I'll level that up because I just haven't found anything. We're at round 7 at the moment, and I haven't found actually one copy of Flamethrower in here. So a bit unfortunate there. And now I'm finally at, if you see, 17 out of 18. So before I only had 9 copies in the pool, which is already at a disadvantage from finding any other spell in the game. So I think that's one thing that is an issue, that you start with only 9 copies and you have to level to leader level 3 just to get the base amount of relics that everybody else gets in the game when finding the spells that they want to go. And this is a spell that only you should be looking for, so you should be able to have ample opportunity to get it to a juicy. It's not necessarily guaranteed, but it should be something that happens more often than not. And at the moment, I've leveled up to leader level 4, and the only copies that I've gotten of it in this game are when I've upgraded, so I still haven't found it in my shop. However, I'm still in first place because I think the build just has that potential and that capability. Huge hits. The Flamethrower does a good amount of damage there. And then for my last unit, I'll probably just go with a witch, someone to buff up, and have some just some support spells on there. So you can see the drums, that will go well with my ranger, and if I can get it up to juicy, then it'll go well with my ranger as well. And I'm going to upgrade my shop. I want more chances to find the Flamethrower and my other spells. You can see still haven't found it. We're 9 rounds in, still haven't found it in the shop. So pretty unlucky here, and just unfortunate. So it's catching up with me a little bit. I only have 1 super in the game so far, and that would be my Flamethrower that I've only gotten because I've leveled up my leader. And I finally found my second super 10 rounds in. I want the damage to do really well and travel through a lot of enemies when I'm dealing all of this proc chance damage. So I'll probably do the travel through enemies, make sure I'm hitting multiple people. Club seems to be showing up for me, and with that increased cast radius, I'll probably end up putting that onto potentially my ranger with that increased cast radius. And at the moment, my tank is just a damage soak at this point. The Ankh taking more damage, and then 1 point in the lawnmower for some stuns. Bit unfortunate there. I finally get stunned. And now I've dropped down to 3rd place after being in a good position, but this is what's going to happen when I haven't hit any of my spells. Work of Fossil, I usually always like that plus duration if I'm killing people, and especially with Tommy Gun, I should be killing people relatively fast. So I switched it up a little bit there. You can see I put the Orc Fossil on my front line, and then I've got Statue of Liberty and the club on my back line. And I think that worked out for the time being. Kevlar vest, I usually like the additional attack damage in there, just for more damage. I'm doing a little bit of a shuffling so that I can get the buffs onto the people that I want to get the buffs onto. Huge damage hits. And yeah, my ranger absolutely crushed it. Flamethrower doing a lot of good damage. Finally, 13 rounds in, find my first flamethrower. And I get Tesla Coil up, and Tesla Coil plus Hot Sauce. This is where it's going to be a lot of fun. And these spells really thrive, so Tesla Coil is going to be healing me for additional damage when it's going to be doing damage, and that Hot Sauce is going to be dealing damage over time. That's going to give me additional attack and cast range. So I really like that combo together. Let's see if it does a good amount of damage. And on top of the Flamethrower, I should be hitting pretty hard and hopefully be a little survivable with this heal damage. And there's a great example of the damage of the Hot Sauce, proven to be one of my top damage dealers now that I got it up a little bit. And the build's doing really well on a winning streak, all things considered. I get that +1 delay for just a little bit more survivability on my front line. Gives my ranger more time to do damage, and also my boots build more time to do damage. It's a little unfortunate here that we're seeing 2 Karl Marx builds in the top 3. Those guys you really want to see at the bottom. The fact that they're at the top is not a good sign. More good damage, and my boots build actually did a good amount of damage there as just some backup backline. And we're only at 15 rounds in. I've only found 1, so I'm going to max my shop just to get the most chances for my spell to show up, because it really hasn't been showing up. Like I said, got it to level, or got 2 levels of it 15 rounds in. We're back in first place on a winning streak. Huge hit. Really need to take down these Karl Marx players before they get going. And still going strong. So the build really working here. Now I just really need to find more points into my main carry build. And I like the conga drums. I really want to get that up again to its juicy. It benefits my ranger and it benefits my assassin. Absolutely shred. You can see with the illusions that just means more chances for more procs, and that's where Flamethrower is going to thrive. I had another point show up, so I decided to max shop, and now I'll have max amount of spells in there, and they won't cost anything. So I got a free upgrade, even though I was like upgrading shop, or upgrading my leader. So I don't know if it's worth it, really, but went ahead and go for it. So at the second super, and I'm going to get the damage over time, and the reason I'm going to get the damage over time is because that's going to proc more of my Tesla Coil. So that's the reason I went for that, besides the increased chance. This guy's got a pretty tanky unit, but no chance against this carry build. Persian Carpet, love going for the silence. I think that's great for disabling the back line and making sure I can not get stunned and get off my boots build. There's Tesla Coil. Definitely want to go with the Tesla Coil, and Celtic Club has been showing up for me fairly well, so I think I'll go for that. Again, trying to reroll as much as I can to try to find Flamethrower, which is just not showing up for me. Getting stunned by this Joan of Arc build again. But I take him down, and I move into, and he moves down to 3rd place. So, great sign. I'll get I think the increased radius, so that way I can stun more people. And then I could go for the attack speed, I could go for the unstoppable. I think maybe the unstoppable will help, because I've gotten stunned a few times, and then now getting Tesla Coil. So Tesla Coil, I'm going to go for that attack speed steal and that move speed steal, especially against something like a Joan of Arc or other carries. I think that attack speed steal, once Tommy Gun is done, I don't want to be left stranded. So I want to have still some attack speed to proc all of my different attack modifiers. Still in 1st place, still on a winning streak. The build is proving strong. Let's see if I can keep this going. So I was 1st place, and that was the other Karl Marx build that was in 2nd place. I just lost out to him. Bit unfortunate there. Really need to beat him. There's 2 Karl Marxes in the top 4, and then of course this other Joan of Arc build that I've been struggling with. I get the Celtic Club, so that pierces unstoppable once it gets to Juicy, and the increased radius. So hopefully I could be dealing a lot of damage there, and just honestly a lot of disable, giving more time for the Tommy Gun build to work. This Karl Marx build is finding a lot of juicies. Really got to be careful. Might get out of hand. Let's see how we do. So my entire build does get stunned, and I go into the unfortunately go into the bunker, which stopped a lot of my Tommy Gun damage. So maybe if I go for the catapult, go for some increased attack range, and hopefully that'll work. If not, I can always switch back to the Kevlar. There is Kevlar, more of it. I'm honestly really close, but I think it might not be the way to go. I'll keep it just in case, and I can always swap it out on one of my different units. Just couldn't take him down. Unfortunate there. So losing back to back. There's one of my other spells again. And finding the hot sauce as well. So taking down hopefully the minus attack speed, and I'm getting minus attack speed from the Tesla Coil. So hopefully I'm stopping some of these carries from doing all these damage, but man, this guy's finding a lot of juicies. So close on this one, but he does have the Ankh. And I take him down. So looks like I've only struggled here with this Karl Marx build, who has been on a winning streak for quite some time. And I'm having a little bit of trouble with heals, so I might go for the heals, honestly. I've got the catapult, so maybe I don't need the range at this point. So let's see if this makes a difference, and I'm going to put them as an assassin, so they just get in front, stop people from getting to my ranger. More stuns again. Not really sure where the stuns are coming from. Getting absolutely taken down. So let's see if we can find out where he is stunning me from. And it looks like it's probably these cannons. Bit unfortunate there. And he's just finding even more juicies. And I find one more juicy. Hot sauce for the explosion. Let's see if this can turn it around here. Both me and the Joan of Arc build. I've almost beaten the Joan of Arc build a couple times, and I've been close on the Karl Marx. See if I can take him down, turn this around. Almost get the kill off. You can see they almost died, but I get taken out. Second place, not too bad for a pretty unlucky Charles Darwin build. Again, I think this leader could use some buffs and could be great in the right circumstances with the right buffs. Like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Check out these other videos, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take it easy.